Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM21. Worst to first, it's episode 17. The league is pretty well wrapped up, even though it's only January. Though, the gap's not that big. There's still a chance we could lose, but we've only had a single loss on the season so far. And after going undefeated last season, the outcome's fairly likely. The one outcome that is certain, though, is that we're not going to win the FA Cup. At some point, we're going to face an opposition that is still significantly better than what we are capable of, and we're going to lose. And that very well could be here. Now, the expectation is that we actually make it all the way to the 5th round. We're in the 3rd round right now, here just after New Year's, and we're on the road at the champion side, the Hull City Tigers. Hull is, this is going to be no joke. I mean, this is definitely a much bigger team than what we are at this point. The press conference pre-match was 1,000 questions about us being minnows comparatively to them. So, that being said, we have dominated early play, and 15 minutes in, we lead 1-0. On paper, I don't think we're quite that good yet. So are they that bad? Maybe. They're only 15th in the championship. You can see they do not have a large crowd at all for this 3rd round matchup. They might not have their best lineup in, and that is what will be the key difference. Because if they have their best lineup in, they should be able to take care of us fairly comfortably. But if they have treated us like the division that we play in for this matchup and don't take us seriously, well, then they're in for a world of hurt, because we are much better than our division. And they should take us seriously. If they come out with their top lineup, they should still be winning this thing. And I haven't really seen who they have in, but I'm assuming from this first half hour that Hull did not bring their best team to this match at all. They've got some young players that they're trying to develop. They've got some under 23s in, reserve goalkeepers, etc. And that is the group that we're beating. Looks like Deadpool's got a bit of a knock. We might have to change him out here at halftime. And that one looked like it was coming back out off the post, but it had just enough English on it, enough curve to that ball that it rolled across the line. Let's see how this, it looks like it's coming out, but then it just keeps the rotation of the ball, pulls it in. Nice. 2-0 before the half, and yes, we are dominating this thing. We will, most likely anyway, see our way into the 4th round of the FA Cup. Okay, we do have a yellow card in Captain America. We do have that knock with Deadpool. We do have a couple players a bit fatigued, but yeah, it's been all us so far. Let's go with outstretched arms. Very pleased. And let's get into that second half. But let's also, very early on here, take a look. Deadpool. We do have Cyclops on the bench, who has some left back experience, so we'll have to go with him. Doctor Strange is out injured, and that's kind of the reason why we were with Deadpool in the first place. So that is kind of putting us down to the edge of what we have defensively. So last option. Wolverine goes close on that one, earns the corner. Hour in already. Groot is pretty fatigued. Let's see, what can we do here? Ant-Man coming in. Ooh, so close to a third. We're starting to get scary good. We're still not quite there, but we getting close to it, especially when you add in the strong mental abilities of all these players. As Jean Grey single-handedly dances around the defender, finds some space, and then puts it into the bottom corner. Goodness. Defender's right on it, right in front of her. Just a little, I'm going to show you the ball, I'm going to show you the ball, you're going to take a little stab at it, and I'm going to poke it right past you, and get behind you, pass it into the back of the net, nice and comfortable. 75th minute. See just how quickly we recover. That pace now, everybody getting 14, 15. That's starting to get good. That's starting to get pretty dang good. Let's go with Nebula, final sub, and let's bring in Iron Man. And let's see this thing out. Can we keep the clean sheet? So far it looks very likely, as they have not threatened at all. Wolverine nearly makes it 4. Can't believe this. We're crushing the championships now. Again, though, guaranteed, this is not their A team. They did not bring their A team. They brought their B team, and their B team is getting their butts handed to them. So, you've got to take it with that little bit of a grain of salt that we are not just crushing a championship side. But you figure B team, right? B team can just about hang with a division or 2 below them, generally. So, their reserves, their A/B team or full-on B team, I don't know which one they've gone with here, but if they're championship, they should be able to hang with, say, a League 2 side. So, we've already discovered that we can crush League 2 opposition when they go full out. 21-3 on the shots, 56% possession. I mean, we dominated this game. And that'll teach them to send their B squad to an A squad match. 4th round FA Cup, again on the road, again a championship side. This time Huddersfield, this time a little higher up the table. Last time it was near bottom, this time it's 7th. Also a much, much larger crowd on hand for this one. But looking at the lineups early on, a lot of young players for Huddersfield in the squad. Meaning they have totally underestimated us. They are going by, oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. Own goal to open and just ridiculous play from the goalkeeper. It's not even 2 minutes in. We're not even 2 minutes in, and that garbage of a goal. Wow. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to be cruising to the 5th round because the teams refuse to take us seriously as we are considered a minnow. So they just keep putting out these weak sides, and that is as evident as you're ever going to see from that opening goal. Just absurdly poor play, and we've already got 2 now inside of 10 minutes. That keeper is beyond terrible. Our backup keeper, Hulk, is the weakest on our squad. I could guarantee if you put Hulk in their goal, it would be an improvement. So after early dominance, it's only the 12th minute, but Huddersfield wakes up, takes things a little more seriously, and finally gets something going, and that immediately translates into a goal. So do we finally have a match on our hands? Are they a mix A-B squad? I mean, look at the faces. I didn't recognize any names, and B, they looked like teenagers. Every single one of them that had the images, the others were new gens. So I'm guessing this Huddersfield squad is quite young. Are there a few young starters that made it into the lineup today? For their sake, I hope they do. I mean, part of me wants to lose. I'm afraid of us doing too well too early as we go 3-1. We're at such a low division right now. It's just like, what do we do? What do we do? We need a challenge. We can't just win everything. So, at this point, the only challenge we have is the FA Cup. And if the opposing team won't field at least like a 1.5 squad, how are we even testing ourselves, right? Because if they're coming out with their B squad, we can handle B squads with ease. I think the A squads certainly could beat us. I mean, you saw from the creation on that goal that there is some talent out there. But all in all, and especially with this garbage goalkeeper, I've mentioned that I play indoor soccer twice a week. I have different goalkeepers for each of the two nights. One of them, yeah, okay. We kind of bounced around trying to find a long-term goalkeeper. It's been a while since we've had a long-term goalkeeper there with any talent. But my Sunday team, holy cow, what a good athletic player who I trust. Absolutely trust. And we've got a good working relationship as I'm center back and anchor the defense. But this, I mean, what are we doing here? This is... That guy is such a joke. Second half. No yellow cards. No fatigue. No knocks. We're looking good. Let's just continue on with what we're doing. I thought we were on positive, but it's got us unbalanced for some reason. Black Panther recovers the ball. Oof, had a chance, but the ball, the overlap, did not come in time. I didn't see him. There was a real chance to get him, Groot, on a run over the top. In on goal. Did not take advantage. All right, now how are we looking? We've got a couple players that are a little down morale-wise. In fact, Black Panther and a little fatigued. Let's decide to have my mouse die right at this exact moment. Make the substitution happen a little bit later. Better performance. I don't know if that meant there was a couple of subs or a manager just screaming at his young players to step it up. Whatever the case may be. We have a mouse again. Alright. Let's go with Black Widow. A little late now. Good 15 minutes after I originally planned to do that. That's okay. How about Jean Grey for a substitution? Doctor Strange is back and healthy again, but still kind of recovering, so this might be a good call for Deadpool to finish the game off. So we're sitting on 3-1. Game really settled from where it was as Groot goes pretty close on that one. I missed a little bit of the action of the last 20 minutes while I was trying to get... Oh, Ant-Man. Nice recovery from Ant-Man to get the second goal of the season. The defense wins the ball, but Ant-Man gets a foot in there and recovers it. And this was Ant-Man setting it up in the first place. Pretty lucky. Fortuitous that the ball fell to us like that. Again, the goalkeeper, there's just nothing that they can do to stop us. When we get a chance, and that goalkeeper is just atrocious. I have not stated just how poor they are. Did I mention? I'm not going to mention their goalkeeper anymore. He's on the score sheet, though. Goalkeeper on the score sheet. Congratulations. Oh, wait, I did. I just mentioned him. Oh, my bad. All right, well, we're through to the 5th round. And at some point, you figure a team's got to take us seriously. They've got to take the fact that they are getting deep into the FA Cup as a thing, as something to do. And... really? You're asking me about his bad day in front of goal? That was TV coverage Sunday, the day after all the other matches were played. So we get a bonus for that. And $250,000. We don't need to sell any players. We just keep winning in the FA Cup. Right. Finally, we go up against a side that put together a team that was good enough strong enough and took care of business. We nearly did the job, though. I mean, we led 2-1 against Aston Villa on the road. Tyrone Mings, 69th minute, tied it. Troy Parrott, 87th minute for the winner. You can see shots were 12-12. We actually had the edge on possession. Mings was playing. I don't know how many other stars they might have had in, if it was a 1.5 kind of squad or something, but that was enough. You can see Parrott was super sub, and so they didn't necessarily have enough, and that was pretty close. It was really, really, really close for us. A penalty in the 44th minute was that opener as well. So it took a penalty for them to get a goal and get that moving. And dang, did we come close. And it looks like late subs for them, bringing in some key starters, is what gave them the edge and finally pulled them ahead. Martin Atkinson refereeing that match. I mean, that's how far we got. We got into that fifth round this time and came awfully close. One of the pieces that hasn't had any importance, and so little importance to me that for 3 straight seasons I've forgotten to actually time things right and actually sign on youth candidates with all of their contracts expiring, and we had literally 0 U23 and U18 players after a few years. So I finally took it upon myself to very carefully manage that this season, and here is our youth candidates, and they're signed. They are now our U18 squad. Now, the only reason why I even bring this up at all, because none of them are ever going to be good enough, is to show just how far we've come. Because the first couple of youth intakes, the ones that I actually did pay attention to, the potential ability, the highest in the entire group, was about a 20. Maybe a 23 out of 200. We're still not good. I mean, George Kelly is a 12 out of 200. But then immediately you get to a 30. So, a 29 is the next worst. And we do have a couple of okay-ish candidates, a 78, a 73. I mean, that's a huge jump from where we were. So, we are seeing that progress. It has also been a ridiculously quiet season from me in terms of interacting with the board and asking for what's next. So I'm going to figure out what I want to do in the what's next and poke and prod at the board again and see if we can make a little more progress. Maybe it's time for training facilities again, because they're, midway and we want to keep going. We want to keep climbing. At this point, I don't think it matters what we do. The players look destined to reach their potential and just be absurdly great. So, a 200 potential player, as long as they have the mentality, they're gonna hit the mark. I would think that next year, and again, next year, not next series, but next year, I'd like to redo this experiment and not give them the mentality piece. Start with a whole bunch of 15-year-olds with 200 potential and none of the other stuff. Nothing. Make them absolutely horrendous with no potential, and then with youth intake and everything, slowly but surely somehow try to reshape the mentality and get that piece, get that element, and get them to grow mentally and develop, and see if we can pull off both. And maybe not even have the amazing board in place. And then likewise, I don't want to deal with the contract stuff, so maybe next time around I'll take the contracts and sign them to a billion-year deal. That's an exaggeration, but, sign them to 20 years and have them transferring to another club in 20 years, to where nobody's going to be messing around with that, and we can actually just deal with the business of getting on and trying to develop them and play that out. Well, anyway, this is where the squad is now as we approach the end of the season. For one thing, salaries are getting really, really large and larger and larger all the time as we have more and more of them going, oh, people want to pay $1 million to bring me to their club. By the way, I have a couple players that are leaving for that very reason. Again, because there's a couple transfers. We're to the end of the season. We've already won the league. It's only 10th of April. There's still a handful of games to go. And the second place team's been really good this season. Any other season, they would be crushing it and winning the league very comfortably. But here is Black Panther, arguably the best player right now. So anticipation all the way up to a 17 now. This was at a 1. They've improved by 16. And just 20 years old. All of the physical attributes are 14s and 15s now. Most of the mental attributes you can see are very comfortable, really coming along. Leadership is still lagging behind. That was the one area when everything took that initial current ability 1 jump to a 6. Leadership was still a 1 for everybody. So I don't think leadership is calculated within your current ability. And that would make sense. But can develop. And we're seeing that just develop pretty slowly among most of the players. Finishing is now, besides the leadership, the only thing that is not a 10 or better. And this is still not an amazing player in any way. Black Panther is just solid. I mean, 11 to 14 and everything. You can take that and work with that with a championship club and go, yeah, this is good. I'm happy with this. And that's the thing, is I think we're pushing beyond League One into championship now. But of course, this is one player, and this is our best player. I mean, if we take a look at Hulk real quick, you could see the opposite end of the spectrum. There's a couple things that don't train. The eccentricity, that was a random draw 1 to 20 on a dice, and I got a 2. The rushing out was a 4. There's a few things that just don't train, but then there are things that train. Now, mental, Hulk has done well, progressed for the most part. 10s, a 12 in concentration, but the physicals aren't there. You know, you still have 3 of them that are under 10. The goalkeeping attributes are still, some of them below 10. The reflexes, just a 9. First touch, just a 9. Aerial reach, just a 9. So this is our worst player. It's an example of best and worst, but you can see that everybody kind of falls into that range. Even Hulk at this level, 6th tier, you wouldn't be opposed to having this player on your roster. They might not be your starter, but they'd certainly be on your roster in a good number 2 goalkeeper. And in a pinch, if you had better players in the outfield, you could survive with them in goal. So it's not all bad. And of course, the potential is there. But we are pretty spread out right now in terms of how far we've come. But you can see everybody's kind of getting to that point where we're getting 10s and above now for the most part. So is that halfway there? I mean, we started at 6. We got to 10. 20 is not 200 ability. They're going to stop at 16s and 17s. So 6 to 10 of, say, 17, that's not quite halfway. So we're definitely not, we're not there yet. We've got some room for growth, at least for some of the players. But Hulk barely played. Even Storm has not developed terribly well. I'm not going to go into details of how she's looking, but you could definitely see a lot of 12s and 13s. So definitely doing better. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to the end of the season. We still have just that single loss, and we've gotten really, really comfortable in the results of late. We've only seen 1 or 2 close matches, 111 points of 114 possible. Just 4 matches left to play, and no challenges expected. We do have an FA Trophy final at Wembley. Chance to win a trophy, so we'll see how that goes. We've only had 2 losses all year. FA Cup 5th round Aston Villa, and then that fourth match of the season against Welling. And how many times have we had a 1-goal game? Let's see. There's one, Maidstone. We've had the 1-goal game that we lost to Aston Villa. I think that's it. I don't see any others. So, yeah. It is what it is. We are where we are, and next season we could expect same sort of thing to happen. We have massively outdeveloped those around us. But that's, again, why I just brought up the point about what I'm hoping for next season. Now, in terms of time, it looks like I'm not going to get into next season in this episode. We are going to get that FA Trophy final in, though. So let's go ahead and push forward to the final match of the season. We are at Wembley. Final match of the season. We did finish the season undefeated, besides that one loss early on. And actually, we're in for a lot more of a challenge than you would expect. With the season wrapped up, the title wrapped up, and promotion set, all of a sudden the board was like, all right, cool, we got this, we won. I suppose we can give in and sell off a few players now. And then they went on a fire sale. We have 12 healthy players. We have just 13 players left total. Gene Gray, injured, might be available. Offside there. Was the opening goal, but it was definitely offside. Wolverine, ooh, is that offside? It looks like we got screwed on that one. Okay then. I thought it was well offside, so I guess I'm not complaining, but on the replay, it certainly looked like that was level. Anyway, I think we'll still get the job done. Maybe. Wolverine misses that one, but 15 minutes in, we've already had 6 shot attempts. Well, anyway, Black Widow totally out of position playing center back today. Deadpool totally out of position playing left wing today. Jean Grey on the bench. Maybe could get away with playing in a pinch, and we would certainly bring her in a pinch. It's the end of the season. She's got plenty of time to heal. And the only player on the bench besides Jean Grey is Hulk. The 2 goalkeepers seem to be the only ones that were unpressed for American teams coming along. I think it was all American teams that all of those players have gone to. Millions has been added to the coffers, and of course we will be able to bring the players back. Ouch, red card? No, oh wow, just a warning. I'm surprised that wasn't at least a yellow. I thought maybe red. Alright, well, here is Ant-Man on the counter, and he's gonna make a meal of it. But, first chance. I'm really surprised we've not been able to score yet. But we're definitely less than perfect here, but we definitely certainly look like the team is that will at some point open the floodgates and get multiple goals. But this is not our normal type of performance that we've gotten used to. 17-0 on the shot attempts would suggest that it's coming. And there it is. Wolverine with the opener on the corner kick. Far post. Ooh, missed header from Kay. Both center backs just standing there. Both defenders just standing there. And that one slides right between 1 minute and a half. Very deserved goal. We should have had 2 or 3 down. Second half underway. Chance for our first real silverware. I mean, it's the FA Trophy. It's not huge, but winning a few leagues, lower leagues, not a big deal. That was the one that looked like it was 4 or 5 yards offside. I mean, he was well offside there. This guy retreats, and I think he was onside. He was onside, and it's 1-1. So just before half, we get that goal, and then they come right back. Let's my place now. Demand more, go attacking, and get back in control of this thing. Kick. That's one. Deadpool's down, Black Panther's down, but otherwise, they're seemingly responding well to that one. 21 on the shots, and I had one shot. That was a good goal. There's Wolverine, and there is the lead back in my hands. Wolverine, nice goal too. Great free kick from Black Widow. But an even better ball from Doctor Strange right over the top, right through the defense. I mean, that's 1 on 5, plus a goalkeeper. 1 on 6 if you include that. And yet we found the space and scored fairly comfortably. That's poor marking from defense to leave the one player. Nice tackle there. Here's another chance. Ooh, good layoff. Nebula. After that wonderful sliding tackle, gets up, recovers, gets into the box. Good run. Black Widow gives that one away. She's playing out of position, so I can't blame her for making too many mistakes as long as the mistakes don't cost us a goal. There's Ant-Man, finds a little space, nice pass. Really good vision on that one. Let's see just how much better we go. We really want to bring in a team player. Deadpool. Ant-Man, oh! I don't know if that was the keeper who palmed that on. I didn't hear a clank, but that looked like it came off the crossbar. Those 2 shot attempts now is all they've managed. We certainly look likely, but it's only 2-1. It could still change. Oh, yeah. That was ridiculously close. And again, the keeper, Pycroft, is having a heck of a day. That was an amazing save. There, finally, Iron Man, 3rd goal of the season. Hasn't gotten a lot of appearances, hasn't gotten a lot of minutes. This is definitely a subpar team for us, but the dominating performance finally starting to show up on the scoreboard a little bit as we go 3-1 into the lead here with 15 minutes to play. We can back off to positive once again. Keeper. Looks like it was banged off his shin or something. Takes the angle and goes in anyway instead of coming out. Great through ball. Ooh, that's both hands. Mycroft. Look, at that kind of range, it's difficult to stop that. But Storm just did. The range was a lot further out though. But Storm was able to push that one out. Oh, great shot from Wolverine. 5-1. Now we've just opened the floodgates, which was what I was talking about before halftime. Figured once we get going, we'd open the floodgates. We get lucky there with just the offense bangs the ball off of, was that Gamora or Nebula? I guess that would be Nebula. Bangs it off Nebula, and we get a little lucky. But that's usually how the floodgates open, right? It's not all about skill. Luck is a factor. I'm putting Hulk in. I'm putting Hulk into the outfield. I'm not putting Jean Grey in. I'm not risking losing her for 6 months, 8 months. There you go, trophy! We got a trophy! Hooray, hooray! FA trophy, yeah, okay, that's just the FA trophy. And as good as we are, should have been. But it wasn't last season, so there you go, we got it. I think we lost in the semifinal last season. Look, Professor X! He's walking. It's a miracle. Alright folks, that's going to do it for this season on Decathlon Gamer. Of course, we're going to bring those players back, so do not fret. And they will be with us when we embark on another title. Last season, undefeated. This season, we took a loss in the league, and we took a loss in the FA Cup. Can we do better next season? Can we go back to an undefeated kind of year? I think it's certainly possible, but definitely not a foregone conclusion, because the higher you get, the better the opposition gets. And all it takes is one off day, one red card, and somebody can pull a win. Can we win consistently? Can we cruise through the league? Oh, yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. But can we actually lose a match along the way? I think absolutely. And the higher you get, the easier that is. So National League next year, League 2 the year after, that there will be some challenges along the way and a few losses, but I think we should be flying through at least the next couple divisions. And then by the time we get to League 1, are we going to be at that 200? Are we going to be that amazing and winning the FA Cup at that point and playing in Europe before we even see Premier League? It might happen. It might happen. But we have got to work on trying to develop some of the lesser players next season. So we're going to try and mix that up a little bit more. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. See you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.